So I just finished Vinland Saga season 2. Spoiler alert. This show, the second season specifically, is very polarizing. You either love it and you praise the storytelling and the character arc and the development, or you hate it because it's a stark contrast difference in tone and a really approach from the first season to the second season. So let me get into my thoughts. I really enjoyed it. Now let me say, when they said it was a tone shift, it was a tone shift. I mean, there was a good amount of violence plus story in season 1, but there was a good amount of fighting, accidental death and dismemberment, especially leading up into the season 1 finale, which King Swain's death, Askeladd's real name was Lucius, Thorfinn, all of that. And when I tell you, it was like a car traveling 70 miles per hour and smacking into a wall, how quickly they switched tone in season 2. They start you off with Einar and his family, and you think, okay, we right back to accidental death and dismemberment. Mama killed, sister killed, he's taken as a slave. And when you get to Thorfinn, that brother is depressed. He is ready to meet the king. He needs a psychiatric help. He needs some medicine. He needs something to get back going. That man don't know what he's living for anymore. And those first, maybe 10 episodes were really slow. Really slow. But I was curious. And luckily for me, I don't mind having a show not have fighting, as long as I'm curious and the characters are developing. And what I noticed is, like, Thorfinn, he was filled with rage. And because Askeladd was dead and he didn't kill him, he was lost. He had no center. He had no North Star. He had no compass. He was driven by a singular goal and he wasn't able to achieve it. And he didn't know what to do with himself. And they were showing you that he was, going through it and ready to die. Shout out to Biggie. And you see the character shift where, like, if you know Thor's his dad, when you meet him, he's basically at the end of the journey that Thorfinn is at the beginning of. Because you saw at the very beginning of the show, Big Thor's was killing everybody, and then he, escaped or whatever. And now we know him as this nonviolent, peaceful, a warrior, has no enemies, nobody needs to get hurt. But what's that journey like? And that's what season 2 is, the beginning of, that entire journey of Thorfinn trying to become what his dad wants him to be. And there's a lot of thematic lessons that I really liked in there. It's like, can you become who you want to be when who you used to be is so easy to stay there and the world is keeping you there? Can you decide to be nonviolent in a violent world? And I like shows with deep themes and stuff like that. And character development, going from this kid filled with rage and vengeance to a true warrior has no enemies. And at the same time, Canute, starting in season 1, was trembling with fear. People didn't even know if he was a man. He was weak. He didn't even talk until, at the end of season 2, he wants to destroy the earth level, like, conqueror, right? He's went from this meek and mild person to, like, my empire will expand to where you'll never be able to outrun me. I love that. And of course, it's going to have its share of sadness. I ain't gonna hold you. Arnhide's whole thing was sad. I was sad for Einar because he was, friend zone, thought he got to holler. Turned out she's pregged out by your boy, fake Iron Fist Kettle. And the whole time she got a husband who lives a couple miles down the road. This lady got a whole bunch of things going on. Tries to escape with her husband. He getting stabbed up and then he dies. Iron Fist Kettle ain't even Iron Fist Kettle. He just got the same name as somebody. He's a coward. He done told her the truth. And he wants to find his backbone to beat Arnhide to death? Bruh, you ain't had no hands for nobody but a pregnant woman? And then she really dies? And Einar he ain't know what to do. And then Thorfinn takes 100 lumps from, Ivan Drago just to talk to Canute and, peace, brother, community, have that conversation. And thanks to Thorfinn getting socked out for 2 episodes, Canute decides to disband the army and leave the farm alone. So now going into season 3, which I don't know how anime works, it'd be a lot of years between seasons, Thorfinn is going to take up what his dad's quest was. I'm curious. I feel like I understand if you didn't like the season because, ain't nobody told you that they was going to change it. But I enjoyed it. And now I'm looking for my next thing. I think it's going to be between Samurai Champloo, Afro Samurai, and Cowboy Bebop. Those are like the OG ones that people said. So if you watch those, let me know in the comments what you think is the best if you got to the end of this video. If not, I understand. Okay, bye.